Hello guys and welcome back. So in the previous video we have worked on our create room button. Now we are able to create and enter a room. Now in this video we're gonna work on the find room button, in which when the player clicks on it we're gonna show all of the available rooms, and then if the player clicks on any of the room then the player will join that room. Okay, so in the canvas let's go ahead and create an empty game object. Let's name this as find room menu. Let's stretch it on the whole screen. Then in here we're going to create a legacy text. This will be the title, and the title will be available rooms. Okay, make it font size 30 and make it bold. Then change the width to 300 by 50. Move it to the center, middle, and then click on its react transform. Hold down the alt button and move it to the top center. Okay, right there, and change its color to fully white. Now after this we're gonna create a UI image. Okay, and this will be by the name room list content. And now let's give it a width of 600 and the height will be 500. Okay, or let's just say 700. Okay, and in here we're gonna show all of the room names, available room names one by one. Okay, and also at the end we're gonna create a button. So let me duplicate this OK button and drag and drop it in here. Okay, and then select that button and make sure it is on the bottom center and move it a little bit then right here. And this button will be back button. Okay, so if the player don't want to find any room, or if there are no rooms available, then the player will be able to go back and create another room. Okay, let's name this as back. Okay, so everything is looking good. Okay, now let's go ahead and drag and drop the menu script, and let's name this menu as find room menu. That is it. Then click on the canvas, and right here we need to provide this menu right here. Okay, because we now have a sixth menu. Now once the room is set, as we know that we will be showing buttons right here of with all the room names on it. Okay, so if any user create a room, for example called test, then we're gonna show test button right here. Okay, and if any player clicks on it, then that player will be able to join that room. Okay, so in the room list item, as I told you, we'll be showing all of that buttons. So in here, let me actually duplicate this button and drag and drop it inside the room list item, make it move right there. Okay, and on the room list item let's add a vertical layout group, make spacing 10, remove that and tick this area. So now as you can see, it is showing that button right there. Okay, here as you can see, and this button will be actually our room list item. Okay, and in here change the text name to room name, and this one to room name as well. And also if you select the room list item from the top, let's make it 10 so that it moves a little bit down below. Okay, as you can see, so now if there are more than one room, As you can see, it will be showing all of the names like this. Okay, so as you know that uh, when player creates room, okay, then we will be showing that room name right here, I mean this button. So what we want to do with this button is we want to make a prefab out of this, and whenever a player creates a room, then we're gonna instantiate that, I mean this button right here, by the player room name. Okay, so inside the game folder, create a new folder by the name of prefabs, and in here let's drag and drop this room list item. After this, select multiplayer scripts, and in here create a new script by the name of room list item. Create this script, click on room list item, drag and drop this right here, and then click on this overrides and click apply so that it is applied to the prefab as well, as you can see. Okay, and now we will leave this as it is for now, and let's open the script. Right here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna just simply change the text to the room name of which the player give to the room. Okay, and then when we click on it on the room list item, we're gonna join that specific room. Okay, so first of all we will say serialize field. Okay, and then we're gonna say text, and then this will be our room name text. Okay, and also guys, make sure that at the top you add using unity engine.ui, and also using photon.realtime, since we will be dealing with Photon, okay, on this script, so we need it. After this we will say room info, and let's name this as info. Okay, then we're gonna create a method which will be by the name of setup, and this will requires a room info type parameter. Let's name this underscore info. Okay, then we're gonna say that whatever info is passed to this underscore info, it's gonna be equals to this info. Okay, so this will just simply give us the room name. Okay, so we then will be setting the room name, so we're gonna say that text actually room name text equals to underscore info dot name. Okay, so again, whatever is passed to this underscore info, it's gonna be equals to this info, and then as you know, if the room name is test, we're gonna pass test to this. It will be equals it will be stored in this info, and then from the info underscore info, we're gonna take that name and equal it to our room name text. Okay, and then we will create a on click method. Okay, so inside this on click, we're gonna type a code in order to join that specific room. Okay, now let's get back to the launcher script and let's pass the room name to our room list item. So for that, let's first of all create a serialize field. Whoops, serialize field. Okay, and let's name this, I mean it will be of type transform, and name this as room list content. Okay, this will be a reference to room list content. Then after this, we're gonna create another serialized field, and this will be of type game object, and this will be our room list item prefab. Okay, then if we scroll down right here, let's create a method. So we will say public override void, name this as on room list update, then list, then in here we will say room info, then room list. Okay, now in here what we're gonna do, we will first of all create a for loop, and what this for loop will do, it will just simply get all of the available rooms. Okay, and when it gets all of the room, okay, it gonna instantiate the room list item prefab on that using that room name. Okay, it's gonna make sense when we will be testing this. Okay, so now I will be equals to 0 as always, and then I less than the room list dot count, then we're gonna say I plus plus. If that is the case, okay, then let's instantiate the room prefabs. Okay, so we're gonna say instantiate room list item prefab in the room list content. Then we're gonna get the script from it, the room list item script. Okay, we're gonna attach the script to our room list item prefab. Okay, so we're gonna get that script from that button. Okay, room list item, and we're gonna call the setup method, and setup method, as you can see, required a underscore info. So for that we're gonna pass room list and then I. Okay, so that it give us all of the available rooms. I think it looks good. Yes. Now when we show all of the rooms, okay, then if the player click on any of the room button, then of course we want to join it. Okay, as I told you, inside this on click we're gonna join the room. Okay, so first of all let's create a method in order to join that specific room. So before they leave a room thing, okay, you can type this script, I mean this method, anywhere you want. So we will say public void join room. This is going to require info. Okay, and in here we will just simply say Photon network dot join room, and we will say info dot name. Okay, once you do this, when the player is joining the room, we're gonna be showing the loading menu. Okay, so that the player doesn't click on any other room. When the player clicks on one room, then we're gonna show loading menu. So just simply copy it from there and paste it in the join room. After this, now we will be calling this join room method in our on click. Okay, so whenever we click on any of the room, we're gonna join that specific room. Okay, so for that we need to make this launcher script available anywhere in the project, just like we did the menu manager script. Okay, so at the top you're gonna say public static launcher, name this as instance, then in the awake we're gonna say instance equals to this. Then if we go back to the room list item script, Now we can just simply say launcher dot instance dot join room, and as you know, join room needs a info, so we're gonna pass the info which is right here. Simple as that. Okay, now let me go back right here to line 63. Okay, we have the join room name spelled correctly. Now right here at the top, make sure that you uh, type these two libraries or packages, whatever you want to say. Okay, on room list update right here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna say for each transform trans in the room list content. Okay, what we're gonna do, we're gonna destroy that trans dot came object. Okay, so what this gonna do, this gonna delete the room. After this, we're gonna just simply scroll up, and now right here in the on connected to master, as you can see, we call this on joined lobby. Now we don't need to call this one. Right here we're gonna say Photon network dot join lobby. Okay, and when you do this, just simply save the script, get back right here. This is our room list item. In this we need to provide this room name text, so drag and drop that, and then click on override, click apply, and now we can just simply actually we need to also click on plus sign, and in here drag and drop the room list item script, and from this script, where it is, room list item, and select this on click, because when the player clicks on any room, then we want to join that room. So make sure that you do this, and when you do it, click on apply again, and then you can just simply delete this from here, because we don't need that anymore. It will be instantiated automatically when rooms are created. Okay, now if you click on canvas, we need to provide room list content and room list item prefab. So let's drag and drop the prefab and then the room list content. Okay, when you do that, we already added the find room menu. Okay, and if you didn't, then just simply drag and drop it. And after this, on the back button, we gonna add the canvas, then go inside the menu manager and select open menu, and we want to go back to the title menu whenever the player wants to go back. Okay, do that, and then let me close this, open up the title menu, and in here when we click on find room button, we want to go to the find room menu. So we're gonna right here say, actually not say, we're gonna drag the canvas from the, actually not from the menu manager, we need to, actually yes, from the menu manager, first of all select open menu, and in here we're gonna drag and drop our find room menu. Simple as that. Then change to scene view. Okay, and if we double click on room list item, as you can see, this is the room list item, and if you notice it, its width is really small. Okay, so you can just select room list item and change its width to 500 for example, and now as you can see, here is our room list item. Okay, now we can go back. If we now play the game, okay, make sure to enable the loading menu. Now if we play the game, then we will be having just only one player, and if that single player creates a room, then how we will know that if the find room works or not? So for that case, we're gonna build our game. So before building it, what we want to do, we want to click on build settings and then click on player settings. Okay, and you can name this game whatever you want, but all I want to do right here for now is make the game windowed, okay, so that you guys can also see what is happening. So make sure that you do this, then click on file, build settings, click on build, and in multiplayer TDM we're gonna create a new folder by the name of game setup, and inside the game setup we're gonna select that folder and it will automatically start building the game. So now let's wait for this until the game is built. So the game is being built and now we can just simply click on build and run, or you can also press Control B. So I will just simply click on it, select the game setup again, and this time it's gonna take few seconds because we already built the game. Okay, so as you can see it is running. Let me click allow, and here it is. Oops, it directly play the game, and the reason behind this is that we forgot to add our scenes right here. As you can see, we just have the game scene right here, okay? So we need to add the menu scene at the top, okay? Because the first scene will be the menu scene, then the game scene. Okay, then let's click on build, select game setup, select folder. Okay, if you don't want to do this again and again, just simply press Control B. So also let's go ahead and play the game on this side as well. Okay, so now let's click on create room right here. Let's create a room by the name test1. Click on create room. As you can see, we are on test1. Now if you go find room, as you can see now, the available rooms we have test1, and if we click on it, as you can see, we are inside test1. For now, the start game button will not work, and also we will only show the start button to the master client, or you can say the player who created the room. Okay, only that player will have option to start the game. So we will be doing that in our upcoming videos, but for now leave this as it is, and also leave the room and from here as well. Now we can create room right here. Let's name this as test2. Click on create room. Okay, now if you click on find room, as you can see, test1 is gone and test2 is right here. If you click on it, now as you can see, we joined test2 from both of the players. Now the next thing which we will be doing is showing all of the player names right here, okay, that whatever players are inside one room, okay, so we will be showing that in the next video.